Hello and welcome to the first day of December 2022, and of course another interesting episode of the newspaper review here on TAF TV. My name is Cyril Aloysius, and looking at the papers with me today, as usual, as always, is Mr. Victor Sioku. Sir, you are very much welcome.
Thank you, sir.
And you're very much welcome to another new month, the last month in the year of 2022. How do you feel, sir?
I feel so blessed, and Jah be blessed. Jah be praised, because it's a wonderful thing that we are all alive and strong to see a day like this.
Yes, indeed, indeed. And just before we go straight to our first paper for the day, Mr. Victor, there's been this news making the rounds now all over the social media about a certain lady, though she's not, her name sounds Nigerian, even if I'm suspecting she has Nigerian origin. I think Ngozi Fulani. Yes, Ngozi Fulani, that's her name. I came across the post today on the internet, and from what I read up, she was invited to an occasion in the British Palace.
Let me look for that post.
Buckingham. Yeah, Buckingham. And one of the workers, or should I say, one of the persons working with the royal family was asking her questions about her origin. Even though from what I read, the person did not specifically use some racist words. The person didn't outrightly say, okay, you are this, you are that. Yeah. But I think what the person was insinuating or was trying to say was that, probably she wasn't welcome there, with the insistence that, on where she was from, where are you from, where are you from? And even when she said, I'm British, I was born here in the UK, I was raised here in the UK, and the person was like, no, where exactly are you from?
I think I would like to read, if you give me the opportunity, I would like to read the conversation just a bit.
You came across that post?
Yes,
Okay.
So the conversation here is, the British family staff, okay, yes, and the Ngozi Fulani. Okay, Ngozi Fulani happens to be a guest in that occasion. The occasion that Camilla, Her Excellency Camilla, organized, okay? And she happened to be, today is a World AIDS Day, yes, mind you, and I think the whole thing is joining together, okay, because she's an activist, a very popular one for that fact, and she has been putting in so much work with respect to domestic violence and sexual assault on women. Okay, so she is under the umbrella of assaults, okay, but yes, but I still understand that when it comes to racism and the act of racism, sometimes it can be too complex, especially when, like you mentioned, when nothing
there were no specific words
or slurs that have been voiced out. But mind you, you also need to be very, very careful with anything about racism, okay, both black or white. I know when they talk racism, it goes just directly to blacks, as a white against blacks, okay. But now we should know that, see, we have many things in our mind. Even a core racist will have many things in their minds, okay? But I just need to tell people out there, you mustn't express everything on your mind.
Exactly.
In words, both in physical
because
exposure.
Personally, I feel like if we all decide to start expressing everything that comes to our mind,
it would be too much for the society.
The world would have been destroyed by now.
Yes.
Probably humans would have gone extinct.
Yes.
Sometimes we have to learn to, okay, yes, you have such things in your mind. Just let it be.
Yes.
Let it pass.
Yes. So just quickly on the conversation. So the lady asked, where are you from? Then Ngozi answered, Sister Space. Sister Space is her brand, her company, okay, that deals with the sexual harassment and all that, okay. I say, okay, no, where you come from? She say, we are based in Hackney.
In Hackney, yeah.
Okay. No, what part of Africa are you from?
She should have ended there, or she should have ended there. Whether he or she, you should have ended in that particular place where he said, okay, from Hackney. All right.
So my question is it coming from the point of, oh, I want to really know you, or are you forcing me to say something that will not cause calamity around the environment? Are you getting me? So why are you forcing me with these questions? Who are you? Okay.
And I also heard after the whole scenario, after the incident, when the matter got to her employers, she had to resign from her duties.
Yes.
She had to resign.
Yes.
Personally, I felt, okay, it was out of remorse that she did so. But I also felt that, maybe that was too extreme. Yes, you were trying to show that, okay, you were remorseful for making the said Ngozi Fulani feel that, okay, know that you are sorry for making her feel the way she was feeling. But maybe she was going too hard on herself by going to resign. Okay. I mean, just a simple apology statement would have done it. Like say, okay, Mrs. Ngozi Fulani, I'm sorry for having sounded or making you feel like you're not wanted around or stuff like that, and that would have done the trick.
Yeah, and I think it's a story with different views.
Yes.
Okay, because you now ask from the Nigerian perspective, some persons will be like, madam, your name is Ngozi. You are Nigerian.
Yes.
Why don't, when the person asks you, where are you from, you can say British Nigerian. These are views, okay?
Like she said,
from
what she said she doesn't know. Like she doesn't know her roots in Africa. That she was born and brought up in the UK, and it may not generally be her fault that she doesn't know where she's from in Africa. Maybe her parents or those who brought her up didn't tell her about her roots in Africa. So
I'm not also trying to water her reactions down, okay? Because like I say, this has different views. Now, the question might be, why is this lady asking so much question about her roots?
Yes.
Okay? That could spur some racial communication and all that.
Like I said before, there were no actual words to prove that, okay, this person is being racist or not. Maybe if she had said, okay, I'm from Nigeria by origin, and then the person went ahead to say something about Nigeria, to say, okay, or something offensive, then we would have now justified or concluded, okay, this person is being racist, pure racist. But that's what happened.
Complex issues.
Complex issues. So that will be that concerning that particular story. Let's move straight to the main business of the day. We'll be looking first at the Vanguard newspaper, where we have some interesting headlines here. I will be starting on page 5. This one says, hold governors responsible for high poverty level. According to the minister, on page 5, hold governors responsible for high poverty level. On page 5 in the Vanguard. On page 13 in the Vanguard, we have, court remands Aisha Buhari's critic in Suleja prisons. Court remands Aisha Buhari's critic in Suleja prisons. That's on page 13 of the Vanguard. Moving on further now to other interesting headlines, we have FG, ACF, NEF, Northern Governors, Autumn Mourn Unongo. Okay, that's on page 13. On page 8, we have FEC approves compulsory mother tongue instruction in primary schools. FEC approves compulsory mother tongue instruction in primary schools. That's on page 8 of the Vanguard. On page 13 as well, we have Plateau. CSOs raise alarm over alleged 84,000 underage registered voters. Plateau. CSOs raise alarm over alleged 84,000 underage registered voters. On page 6, we have drama as celebrity kidnapper John Leon. Other plead not guilty. Drama as celebrity kidnapper John Leon. Other plead not guilty. That's on page 6. On page 6 as well, we have couple, daughter killed in herdsman invasion of Benue community. Couple, daughter killed in herdsman invasion of Benue community. That's on page 6 as well of the Vanguard. On page 21 of the Vanguard, we have FG nets 2 trillion naira from indirect taxes as banks taxes rise 41.7% to 135 trillion naira. That's on page 21 of the Vanguard. On page 9, we have despite attacks, we will recover. Despite attacks, we will recover. INEC chair Yakubu. That's on page 9. On page 9 again, we have we may start no pay, no work. According to ASU president, we may start no pay, no work. That's ASU president saying on page 9 of the Vanguard. Lastly, on page 9 again, We have FG denies plan to hike petrol price as marketers sell at 235 naira per litre. Okay, that's the much you can take in the Vanguard newspaper. You want more headlines on this headline, you want more details on these headlines, get a copy of the Vanguard for yourself. Mr. Victor, how do you react to these headlines, please?
Okay, I think let me just continue just a bit about the racial, ethnic, and knowing your roots. Okay. Now the FEC, that's the FEC, meaning Federal Executive Council, yesterday had to give an instruction that, see, anything about giving learnings, teaching our children with mother tongue should be encouraged.
Encouraged, yes.
Okay, so bringing me a bit back off the Ngozi Fulani. Come on.
Issue.
Come on. Personally, I think she could have said that she is a Nigerian, British Nigerian. Okay, you cannot hide yourself at the end of the day. Okay, like I said, it is complex. It is complex. Like I also say, it's complex. Why am I saying it? Because I know many persons that have, will I say, subtracted themselves or minus themselves from being called who they are, who they really are. You have your roots. Even in the UK, some persons out there, to even in quotes the whites, they also find a way to subtract themselves. Some subtract themselves out of their roots. Some are from they can be from Scotland. Yes, they are in the UK, but they just don't want to answer Scottish. Are you getting me? So people, but man, well, people and their ways. Like I say, it is complex. Personally, I just have to. I'm hinged to my roots. It is my roots. I know where I'm from, and I'm from there. Are you getting me? So yeah, history, languages, we need to uphold them. It is ours, for crying out loud. Okay, look at what is happening in the Middle East. They are holding to their culture. We need to hold on to us. Don't sell out your culture, man. Okay, that's my way. So yeah, you mentioned about the governors.
Yes.
Okay, the Minister of State, Budget and Planning, okay, has said, see, our governors are causing this poverty, the increase in poverty. Remember, it was just another 133 million Nigerians have been moved to the side of poverty.
Wow.
So, what is the minister saying? Which I think I'm very okay with what the minister is saying. Okay, Clement Abba, the Minister of State of Budget and Planning. Governors have now entered into competition with themselves. If you check out very well.
Obviously.
Now, they'll be like, how many flyovers have you done?
Okay.
How many roads have you done in your urban in your state capitals?
Okay.
And they also ask, do you have an airport? I have an airport. What about you?
And this competition has actually, should I say, shifted their attention from, yes, what they're doing is actually important, but we have, it was what I call misplacement of priorities.
Reason, they have forgotten the rural areas. The rural areas that have over 70% of the populace in there. Are you getting me?
Yes. The
urban cities, our capital cities, are choked up. That is why some persons cannot even come close, because house rent is high, living expenses is high. So they go to the rural area and they do their farming. But what are the issues now? The issue right now is that even the farmers there in the rural area cannot bring out their products out of their farms, reason because of bad infrastructure. But you are now concentrating your infrastructure as a governor just to the city, not just the smaller cities, but the capital cities. That is what the minister is saying. The governors have gone into competition, forgetting the rural areas. Just like I mentioned, the foods that come out, many a times they get perished, they get damaged by the time they get to the cities, or by the time they get to their market points. Reason, because our farmers do not have the infrastructure, the physical infrastructure to move their products to where they can sell. So it's a big issue. The election is back again. They still start talking about how to do this, woman empowerment and blah, blah. When they get into office, their focus still remains in the city, because they want to make sure that people see physical infrastructure that they can point out and say, okay, you really did well. But forgetting that the rate of poverty has really...
It's on the rise.
Oh my God. Oh, come on. go and take a look at Bayelsa. Bayelsa is ranked second. Bayelsa, as rich as Bayelsa, they are ranked second in the list of the highest poor states in Nigeria. Number one is Sokoto. Sokoto is a forgotten issue. 91%, as in out of 100 persons in Sokoto, gather 100%, 91 of them are poor.
Wow.
So in Bayelsa, we are still talking about the same thing. The rural areas are suffering. You are not providing plans or schemes that will help people to lift people out of poverty. You are there building airports. Who will enter the airport? How many Nigerians now can even fly even fly an aeroplane?
When there's no money.
There's no money. Even the middle class cannot. In fact, do we even have a middle class any longer? Crazy times, man.
Crazy times. Okay, just before we move straight to our next paper, we'll go on a quick break. And when we return, more headlines coming your way. Just stay tuned.
HIV is real and anybody can get infected. It is important you know your HIV status today by visiting the nearest government hospital closest to you to do your HIV test free of charge. And if you're HIV positive, also visit the nearest government hospital closest to you and receive free of charge treatment, because undetectable is equal to untransmittable. Thank you.
Now that you have registered for your PVC, it doesn't stop there. Ensure you pick up your PVC. Be alert. Join many Nigerians to vote credible leaders that will change the tide of this nation. Do not sell your vote. Remember, this is our future. Your vote is your voice.
This message is proudly brought to you by Thav Media Limited.
You're welcome back from that short break. And taking a look at our next paper, the Daily Sun, we have some interesting headlines here on page 6. This one says, governors have no power to stop rallies of opponents. According to Inspector General of Police, governors have no power to stop rallies of opponents. That's according to IGP Uzodinma Ayim. Others list impediments to free fair election. Uzodinma Ayim. Others list impediments to free fair election. That's on page 6 of Daily Sun. On page 26, we have FG slams governors neglecting fight against poverty, but preferring to build flyovers, airports instead. FG slams governors neglecting fight against poverty, but preferring to build flyovers, airports instead. That's on page 26. On page 27, we have 25 firms selected for $10.5 million Nigeria Czech research project, says Naseni EDC. That's on page 27. On page 6 again, we have 2023 Owerri leaders back Uzodinma for second term. Owerri leaders back Uzodinma for second term. Pass vote of confidence in his administration. Okay, on page 26 again, we have INEC counts losses from in-season attacks, gives way out. INEC counts losses from in-season attacks, gives way out. On page 2, we have NNPC blames fuel scarcity on bad roads. Repairs in Lagos. Oil marketers disagree. That's on page 2. On page 3, we have 13% derivation arrears refund. Akwa Ibom stakeholders tackle Udom. 13% derivation arrears refund. Akwa Ibom stakeholders tackle Udom. That's on page 3. And lastly, on page 27, in the Daily Sun, we have Ohaneze insists on Peter Obi flees insecurity in Southeast. Ohaneze insists on Peter Obi flees insecurity in Southeast. That's on page 27 of the Daily Sun. Mr. Victor, how do you react to these headlines, please?
Okay, I go with the story of governors not having power over campaigns. Okay, it's no longer news that in many states in the country that opposition parties are suffering from the incumbent governors. Reason, because they do not allow them to go and campaign in peace. Okay? Yes, they come from...
not belong to the same party as...
Exactly. So, in the case of River State, it is now obvious that some hoodlums, I do not want to say that they are being supported by the governor, because allegedly, I don't know who is really supporting them, okay? But they tend to stop many of these opposing parties, like the SDP, like the Labour Party, like the Accord Party. All these persons have come out to cry out, to say, this is not happening real nice. Okay. The latest that just happened just about 2 days ago at Okrika is that the PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar and his supporters, okay, his supporters being led by the senator Sekibo, George Sekibo, he and his people, they went not with Atiku, as in Sekibo with his supporters, they went to Okrika to campaign for Atiku Abubakar. And you already know that here in the state, here in Rivers State, Wike and Atiku are not together. Okay? So, what then happened? What was the reaction in Okrika? In Okrika, some persons, I do not want to call them hoodlums, but some persons came to object them just when they were about to start their campaigns. Okay? So, something then happened. Sekibo made some utterances which might not augur well, okay? What utterances did he say? He said that Governor Wike has made himself the Nebuchadnezzar of today. That him, Sekibo, and his people are Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the Bible. That they will never and never worship Governor Wike, who is Nebuchadnezzar.
Wow.
Strong words, no two ways about that. Yes. And he also even came out that say that he is not supporting violence. But if they bring violence to him, okay, that
he's trying to dance to the tune.
I do not want to mention what he said, but you know what I'm trying to say. So, but these are not what we want from campaign. The election is just 86 days.
And things like this actually make the masses even more scarier to come out and vote.
Okay, we are suffering from INEC, now we are suffering from campaigns.
When you begin to hear politicians make such utterances, then you should know what follows next. You should know, like, as a citizen who wants to come out and vote, you should fear for the worst. So I see this affecting the election come next year, one way or another.
So please, the police has said it out. They spelled it out that, see, opposition party, in fact, both opposition, any party, come forward, let's give you men so that you go and campaign.
Okay.
That nobody, no governor should impede on opposition members to go and campaign. That they have the constitutional rights to go and campaign. It is already in the window for campaigns. Allow these people to campaign. And let's go to the ballot box and see whether you win. Okay? So, I just pray that we should, because already ugly things are beginning to happen. Look at what happened
scary times.
Yeah, look at what happened in Kaduna State. The woman leader, the Labour Party woman leader, that was killed. Yes, it is not confirmed whether it was a political.
Yeah. But when stuff like this happens, then
calm.
You begin to think different things.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sad.
Okay, we'll move straight now to the Guardian newspaper, where we have more interesting headlines there. This one says, NGF mom as FG shifts blame for high poverty to governors. NGF mom as FG shifts blame for high poverty to governors. Okay. And on page 3 of the Guardian, we have, I have fears about possible outcome of 2023 polls, says Jega. I have fears about possible outcome of 2023 polls, says Jega. That's on page 3 of the Guardian. On page 4 of the Guardian, we have court dismisses suit seeking disqualification of Labour Party presidential candidate. Obi. Court dismisses suit seeking disqualification of Labour Party presidential candidate. Obi. That's on page 4. On page 5, we have Oyetola's appointees left with official vehicles. Others are delicate reviews. That's on page 5. And on page 5 as well, we have Sanwo-Olu at campaign promises better tomorrow. Sanwo-Olu at campaign promises better tomorrow. That's on page 5. And lastly, here in The Guardian, on page 6, AIDS Day. No end to infection by 2030 as 1.8 million Nigerians live with HIV. Okay, AIDS Day, no end to infection by 2030 as 1.8 million Nigerians live with HIV. That's on page 6 of The Guardian newspaper. You want more details on these headlines you heard? Get a copy of the papers for yourself. Mr. Victor, please, which of these headlines interest you?
Okay, there's something we've not discussed today, but I just want to put a little bit on it. The news of Aisha Buhari. Okay, and a young man, a student of Federal University of Duse in Jigawa. Okay, and the young man tweeted, in quote, insulted the first lady. He tweeted about she eating the money of the poor and getting fat out of it. Okay, and the boy has been arrested. The young man has been arrested, and there are really some reports coming out from the whole news because this incident.
Do you see it as oppression, Mr. Victor?
Now, defamation is it's not a right thing.
Are we not in democracy anymore?
Yeah, we are in democracy, but no, there are still levels to this freedom of speech. No two ways about that. But also, as a leader of that high repute,
the young man didn't apply wisdom in his sayings, but I mean, in democracy, so
yes, and it does happen. It does happen. Unfortunately, the people that we are copying from, we are not copying verbatim from them, like the USA, the big USA that Trump called Hillary Clinton crooked Hillary. People, these people, yeah, that's the word they like using. What about Eminem? What about the rappers that call them all sorts of names? What then happens? Okay, this is a young student out there, and the reports coming in. Yes, I am not in support of the defamation tweets, okay? But the reports coming in that he was arrested, allegedly, that after the arrest, allegedly that he was beaten in front of Madam President. Okay? Beaten, and the lawyer of the young man is saying that he has some fire injury. Okay, and he was really dealt with. So he has been moved to prison. Okay, and they waiting for bail, waiting to hear his bail application, and so sad about it. Now also, I want us to come see he who comes to equity should come with clean hands. Okay, because right now, if you go back to the previous government of Goodluck Jonathan, we know him as the most insulted, the most abused president,
and the most tolerant president in Nigeria has ever had.
What happened during his regime is the same APC that insulted the living daylight out of him. But what did he do? Nothing. But in this case, look at how they are going so hard. They have 5 witnesses already. I had to even note that the president, the wife of the president, has a tracker, an official tracker personnel that is attached to her. So you find out that, they have forgotten that during their times, when they were not in power, they insulted other persons. Okay? So it's really a tough
so
right now.
You're saying this is not the right way to go about it?
Oh yes, they could have. See, but mind the defamation, it's not cool. Okay?
The young man edged, okay? Yes, no
but
doubt.
if I find out, if you really go out there and it is true that he was assaulted, physically assaulted in front of her, oh come on, that'll be so damn. Okay, and lastly, what is there? Okay, so our people out there, we already know that HIV, it's all over, almost over the country. Not like everywhere you go. Not like you see this person. About 1.8 million Nigerians already have HIV. And yes, the cool thing is that the numbers have been dropping because of government intervention and all that. Yes, congrats to CAF TV for the documentary that, or the interview they just published with respect to that. To what is there. And a whole lot of information is in that. I got to learn that, see, stigmatization is the big issue right now. Okay? People people get stigmatized and they run away from getting their medicine.
And that even kills faster than the disease itself.
Yes.
It kills faster.
Yes, and I want to also tell people out there, it is good. In fact, it is okay, like Precious Eduja said, that it is an achievement when you know that you do not have HIV, or when you know that you have HIV. For the fact that you go out there to get tested is already an achievement, because if you notice on time, it helps you a lot, and that you have the privilege to extinguish the number of years you want to live in life, because these drugs are available, and these drugs are working very well. And nowadays, you don't even need to take it like 2-3 times in a day. You only take it once, and they are free of charge, and available. Okay? And you can live a normal life while having HIV. So don't go out there and kill yourself or to commit suicide. You can live with it. And last, and please, I don't want to forget this, please. We should also, please, be safe in whatever we are doing. Okay? Abstinence, they say, is the best. Okay? Sexual intercourse, having a rapid. Oh God, I wanted to call somebody today. If it's Chidimma, it'll be after Chidimma. Loila, Lucy, Amanachi.
Stay one place. Stay at one place. So you know where coming from.
You will say no, you won't get no. So it is out there. 1.8 million is plenty. It's plenty. We are talking about when you get that 100%, one person has HIV. It is plenty. Okay, but yes, if you abstain, if you do the right thing, be careful, sterilize your sharp objects. Come on, you will not go near that.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Victor, for your thoughts today in newspaper review. As always, I really do appreciate you for coming and stopping by. And I also appreciate you, my wonderful viewers who have been faithful to your screen up until this time. I say thank you, because without you, we would not be here in the first place. This is the end of the newspaper review for today. I hope you had an amazing time. And please do want to subscribe to this channel if you haven't subscribed. If you like what you're seeing, please click subscribe. And after doing that, you can turn on your notification bells so you get notified when we come online and drop new videos. You can follow us on all our social media platforms as well. Check us out on YouTube, Reatab TV, on Instagram, Reatab TV _NG, on Facebook, Reatab TV, and on Twitter, Reatab TV. My name is Cyril Aloysius once again. And until I come your way next time, I'll say bye for now and enjoy the rest of your day.